Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Hope you had a great day. A little bit windy up here, a little bit rainy. But all in all, it was a good day. Long one. Today we're going to talk about the power of an ordinary person. Matthew 6:18 through 20. Peter was an ordinary man who lived in an extraordinary time. He was in the generation that saw Jesus live, die, and rise again. Peter's brother Andrew first brought Peter to meet the Lord, John 1:40 through 42. When Jesus invited them to become disciples, both brothers left their fishing trade to follow him, Matthew 4:20. Peter became a passionate follower who demonstrated the eagerness to be near Jesus. Whether encountering Christ on the water during a storm or speaking to him during his transfiguration, Peter was devoted to his master's service. In the beginning, Peter was quick to speak and act in his impulsive, it created problems for him. For example, when Jesus was talking about his imminent suffering and death, Peter objected as if he knew better than the Lord. Christ rebuked him and said, swift and directly, in 16:21 through 23. The apostle learned from his mistakes and was later given great responsibility. He's a good example of how we should release our personal desires, wholeheartedly embrace Jesus' way, and walk closely with Christ. Mark 6:8-34. The Lord chooses ordinary people like Peter to build his kingdom. He asks his followers to love him above all else and fully commit to obeying him. When we do, we will accomplish more than what we could ever imagine. Ordinary people. When you look at Jesus' disciples, he didn't pick rich men. He didn't pick men with great influence. He picked common people. And most of them dropped everything that they had. Dropped it and followed him. And when the people that had to ask, what do I need to do to follow you? And they had to make a decision about giving up what they had. Couldn't the rich man, the wise man, sell everything and follow me? Wait a minute. You mean I gotta sell everything? Everything? If Jesus knocked on your door today, could you give up everything that you have to follow him? Sometimes I'm thankful that I don't have a lot. And when I say I don't have a lot, I don't have a lot. Think on that. Are you storing up treasures here on earth? And if you're storing up treasures here on earth, what are you storing them up for? Yes, it does say that we need to leave an inheritance for our children, for our grandchildren. But in reality, we're not going to be here very long. And it's nice to have nice things. It's nice to live comfortably. But we're not supposed to be in a bunch of debt. You know, is your car paid off? Is your house paid off? Are you looming in a bunch of debt? Are you worried about how you're going to pay your bills? Sometimes I wonder whenever I see people's houses and their cars, and, it's like, truly, like, knowing their jobs, like, how are you paying for that? Which it's not for me to judge, but my parents taught me to pay my bills. And it's been a struggle with the economy the way it is. It's been a struggle. It really has. And prices keep going up. So, but I know a friend and I were talking the other day about, growing up we didn't have a lot. Thank goodness, because now we can revert back to how we used to eat and shop when we didn't have a lot of money. Though it's not the healthiest eating habits, but you can cook quite cheaply if you know how to, from back whenever you were poor. Laugh about it, haha. But it's not so poor anymore because the price of everything has gone up. So, we talked about, powdered milk and, beans and wieners, and we used to do fried chip chop ham and Spam and, tomato soup and grilled cheese, and ramen noodles was a big thing for my kids, and I could make tater tot casserole 6 different ways, and there's a lot of things that you can do rather cheaply if you think about it. And it's summertime, so if you can go to the farmer's market and get some vegetables, you can have tomato sandwiches and fried green tomatoes and zucchini, and there's a lot of things that you can do rather cheaply. But like I said, if Jesus knocked on your door today and said, "Follow me," would you have a hard time giving up the things that you have to follow him? Just a thought. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.